Alright, so I got an update on the Camaro. I finally made some leeway with this thing. I ended up painting this front part. I took the clip off and cleaned it up and painted it. I notched the K-member down there for the oil pan clearance. I'll show you that a little better here in a minute. Those are Sofin engine mounts. I ended up sending the BRP kit back and ended up going this route. Sofin plate, bracket, and then those are OE style clamshell mounts, and I put poly inserts in them, so that turned out real well. I finally drummed up the bolts and everything all the way down to the bolts on this thing, I swear. And then I'll show you where I notched the K-member at. It's right there. I just notched it and got some thick plate, welded it back in. Welded it all around a little at a time so nothing warped. Grind it down, painted it. I got pan clearance now. That was a little bit of a job. So I finally got that done. Got the engine in it to where the pan's clearing it nice now. I got my mounts in there, looking good. Poly inserts. And the beauty about that is this setup, opposed to that BRP engine mount setup, is this is serviceable here. I could take that out and get another insert from O'Reilly's or wherever, and put it in there. It's not that big of a deal. With the other one, the rubber bushing part was mounted to the frame, so that would, this just makes more sense. This setup does, as far as serviceability. And I like the insert part of it, and it's just better in my opinion. So got that all squared away finally. My last video I had, we was talking about I tried 3 different cross members. Bought them, sold them, sent them back because they wasn't fitting. So I finally made one. Just the other day, I got that painted and put up in there, and it looks great. That took a lot of doing. It's my first time ever fabricating something like this, so I definitely did my homework. Took my time. I welded everything. I didn't weld everything all up at once. I did it a little at a time. I let it cool down so it wouldn't warp. So I finally got that in and taken care of. And this is how I did it pretty much. I used that laser right there. It's like a Craftsman laser. And I shot it down the housing, straight back to the rear end so that I was getting a straight shot. So I knew I was straight, with everything hooked up, the ladder bar hooked up, and the drive shaft in. And then I used this level here on the transpan to get me level. So I knew I was level and I knew I was straight. And then I used a pinion angle finder, and I put it on the rear end there, and that was giving me my pinion angle. And then I should have made a video on building this thing, but I basically made this first, and then I angled it to the way I wanted it on both sides, and then I made my little access thing there. As you can see, there's got 2 bolts in the mount, and then I pretty much just drilled the holes, bolted this up here, had this up here, and I just had it hanging there. And then I made these angle iron pieces going to the factory holes, and I bolted those up so that this plate here was setting up there. And then I made these, to how it needed to be, and then I just kind of held them up there in place where it was, and I just tack it, and I brought it all down and loaded it all up. So, it looks great. So now my next adventure is going to be the rear end. I just bought a rear end. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's a 4th gen Z28 Camaro rear end. It's complete rear end. Got it for $50. So I went ahead and bought it. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with this rear end, but I don't know. Oh yeah, and this ladder bar came from the 4th gen Camaro. So that's a 4th gen Camaro ladder bar, and the only difference was that's the same where it mounts there. Just this lip right here. I don't know if you can see how it's lipped in like that. Well, on the 3rd gen it's flipped. So for me to use this mount bracket that I got off of a 4th gen, I ended up using this and getting the right. Make sure you get the right bushing, because they have 2 different styles. I actually bought the wrong one the first time. I got it over there in my toolbox still, and the second time was the charm. I finally figured it out and got the right one. So there's that, and then if you can see the metal tank up in there. It's got the old school metal tank. You see, I need to clean this stuff up and paint it all the way back to stopped right there. See, it's nice and clean. Dirt and grime from 82. Alright, so I picked up this gas tank. I don't know why mine doesn't want to focus. There it is. Picked up this gas tank assembly for $50. It's out of that Z28. It has the fuel pump I need to run the LS. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna put this whole unit in there and take that metal one out. This will be lighter anyways. Figure out the piping and the wiring. They just cut the. Have to figure that out. And all the wiring. Part of the filler neck got broke. There's the other part of the filler neck. So that's where I'm at with it. I finally made some progress. Again, this is a project car. Everything you've seen done I've done it by myself. I even took the hood off of the car by myself. It's hard to find time on projects. I'm sure any of you guys out there building a car like this by yourself, you know what I'm talking about. Between work and family, and it just kind of, it's hard to get at it. So I haven't gave up. I'm still at this thing. I'll have it built one of these years. Can't wait to do a burnout. Alright, fellas. Guys and girls, take her easy.